Hello, welcome back to EPG. I'm, of course, Greg, your host. It is rare when topics of travel, conspiracy theories, and potential worldwide plagues all come together, but that is what this episode is about. For those who have been living under a rock, there apparently has been some sort of hantavirus outbreak that was localized in Ushuaia, Argentina. Apparently, and again, let me just say here, this is just going by the news. More stuff may come to light. Stuff may be disproven later. So this is just kind of a time capsule of what people are saying right now. So anyway, there was a couple of Dutch people, Dutch ornithologist and his wife, who wanted to see some exotic birds that are only available in South America. So they went to a landfill outside of Ushuaia, about 4 kilometers, in order to see these South American birds. And apparently there, he was infected by the Andes strand of the Hantavirus, which is predominantly spread by the saliva, feces, or urine that's dried of mice and rodents. So anyway, he got that. Gave it to his wife, and then subsequently infected other members of the cruise ship that they were on. And yeah, so some of those people have died as they were, being transported back to their home countries. Very strange. Anyway, but more on the travel aspect here, this may have a chilling effect on people going to Ushuaia, which is something I am trying to fight against because Ushuaia is one of my favorite cities in Argentina. It's a very unique place. It is the southernmost city in the world, and so I'd like to talk a little bit about the wonderful things of Ushuaia, so that way to encourage people to go back there and travel once this whole thing blows over. So it is a frontier town in a lot of ways. It reminded me of different kind of cities that I've been to that are kind of remote. So like Breckenridge, Colorado, some of the cities out west where they're all kind of focused on a main drag. And that's where a lot of the storefronts, that's where a lot of the restaurants are. But yeah, so I took a bus from Punta Arenas over to Ushuaia and kind of dropped me off right in the middle of downtown on their main drag there. And I made my way to my hostel, dropped off my stuff, and then just kind of explored the city. So it's very easy to walk. You can go from one end to the other in, I'm going to say, about an hour. They have a mall, which was interesting. Didn't really know that. They have a bunch of kind of expensive car dealerships, another thing I wasn't expecting there. But kind of the main purpose there, and the reason why it sprung up, especially in the 20th and 21st century, is because that's where a lot of expeditions down to Antarctica kind of localize. So they need to. It's a lot like Cusco in a way because a lot of international travelers come there, so they need to add things that international travelers would need or want or like to do. That's the restaurants and the museums and everything. So they have kind of a old-timey main general store called the Ramos General Store that's down on that main drag. So you can go there, you can get something to drink, you can, have dinner. But when I was in my hostel, I asked, where's a good piece to, or a good place to get seafood? And they suggested that I go to the Viejo Marino, which is a restaurant, again, down on that main drag. And they have a king crab down there. All sorts of king crab. You can get it in the shell. You can get it out of the shell with butter. Very delicious. But one of the main things that I loved about Ushuaia was a place that they called the Galeria Tematico, which is it's kind of like, it's a museum, but it's about kind of the history of the place. So it talks about the Suluknam, which I talked about in a different video, and they're kind of like being there in the beginning of that time frame. Then going up into the 19th, 20th century, the Darwin is featured there, Charles Darwin. But yeah, it's kind of like a living gigantic diorama in a way because the figures are big and yeah, it's really cool. Learned a lot about the place. And also another interesting thing about Ushuaia is that they also have their government office, which is where they kind of got their provincial status. So that's still there. You can tour that. And then there are also the houses and stuff that go up into the hills. Yeah, it's a great place. And actually, funny story, it's really the only place that I have done in my entire travel journey where I actually walked to the airport from my hostel. yeah, it's right there. So you can just walk around a path and it takes you a little bit outside the town. Then you just go to the airport. So anyway, once this whole thing blows over, I would suggest everybody and anybody who goes to Argentina travel to Ushuaia. Again, one of my favorite cities. So thank you very much for your time and get out there.